Und damit ein herzliches Willkommen und Hallo zu einem weiteren Part Let's Play Fake Grand Order. Ich bin das MCMFX. Ihr seht, Leute, ich habe hier ein bisschen die Karte aufgedeckt, ein bisschen die Feinde hier bezwungen. Da gibt es Bedrohungen, wir haben ein bisschen das erkundet und ein paar Schätze gesammelt. Und nun genügend Punkte, dass wir in die nächste Region können. Wahrscheinlich habe ich hier schon wieder zu viel eigentlich gemacht, hätte ich gar nicht so viel machen sollen. Und nun, liebe Leute, seht ihr? Oh, so sehen du. Wieso darf ich... Oh, Leute, sie haben alle die Like a Birthday. Das triggert mich gerade. Wieso darf ich hier... Oh, die Musik. Die hat so einen Beat. Die hat so einen super Beat, Mann. Wieso darf ich bitte übrigens nicht Osaka Bime vorne reintun und Mesh nicht? Darf ich einmal Osaka Bime benutzen, Mann? Hey, guys, listen to us. Professor and Goredofl said they found a way to convert enemy... carcass from the void to reality like let's split. Wow, so what does mean? It means we can finally eat the void monsters. Lecker. Oh man, that's gonna suck for you, Master. I didn't even eat monsters' meat back in the mysterious lands. Monster meat, huh? Muss. There you are, Master. Oh, you look tired. Is something wrong? Ich muss Monster essen. Ich bin nicht glücklich. Did you get groggy from one of Nemo Marine's surprisingly strong drinks like I did? Ich habe keinen Selbstzerstörungskampf gedrückt, keine Sorge. No, the Marines and I were just working out a little. That sounds like a great way to stay fit in a closed space like a submarine. I'd love to join you, but first... Captain Nemo just made an important discovery, and he's called the emergency briefing on the bridge. Come on! Hey there, Acting Commander. Thanks for playing with the Marines. I know they can be a little rambunctious sometimes. Ja, sie basieren ja auf dir, also bist du auch so. Anyway, I have good news and bad news, so which would you like to hear first? Immer erstmal die schlechten Nachrichten. Is the good news monster meat? Does the good news have anything to do with... Nein, Leute, immer erst die schlechten Nachrichten. So the catfish is already out of the bag, huh? I have to tighten up the ship's security protocol when I get the chance. Still, the situation is better than I expected. A lot better. See, we're not just going to eat or burn the monster carcass. We collected as they are. I know Van Gogh and said we could eat them as is, but it turns out they can only do that because of a nuke explosion. When Professor took a look at the sample of Van Gogh's blood, she found it could convert void beings, that is, imaginary beings, into real ones. After further research, she managed to extract all sorts of useful real materials from void enemy carcass. It's kind of amazing, really. We have renewable sources of organic matter, minerals, magic energy, and safe-to-eat cuts of meat, so resources problem is solved. This is kind of practical experiment has never even made attempt in the history of the void-related magecraft, let alone succeeded in to this degree. So yes, that's the good news. Oh yeah, that's great news. Really weird. Try and convince yourself. I see you're not too happy about this either. Osaka Bime and Skadi were pretty stubborn about not wanting to try it or make you eat it either. We've certainly hunted monsters for food in past singularities, but these are especially unusual case. Naja, ich erinnere mich nur an das gute Fleisch aus dem ersten Lostbelt, die giftigen Dämonenmonster. Lecker, lecker, lecker. I mean, this creature lives in the sea. That drives us mad if we just look at it. I don't think we can blame anyone being, well, hesitant. Which is why I decided to do this. Bakery! Nemo. Hello, everyone. Oh, is it you? I think we were briefly back in the launch ceremony. That's right, this is Nemo Baker. While she is of course specialized in baking bread, she is also proficient at cooking in general. Thanks to the new magic energy we have to spare, I was able to convert part of Skadi's magecraft workshop into a kitchen. So with Baker working her magic, even monsters' meat will be more appetizing than rations, at least I think so. Captain, can't you take this more seriously? Delicious food is one of the greatest joys life on a ship, right? Don't worry, everyone. I'll do my best to make a yummy meal out of whatever ingredients I have to work with. It's not every day you get on the cruise after all, so the more good memories you may, the better. I think I might actually be looking forward to trying this monster meat now. So yes, That's the good news. Now the bad news. I'm afraid there's actually two things to share here. First, we now know for sure that we can't currently merge back into reality space. I had a feeling that might be the case given all the damage. Actually, we wouldn't be able to emerge right now even if the ship were perfectly fine, since the void space we are now has no concept of depth. Why specifically this void space is so deep that it rejects any measurements or depth. The sense of depth we have here now is illusory. As a result, the Nautilus cannot emerge from the place anymore that it can dive deeper. Basically, the spells the Paper Moon uses to employ the necessary concepts for immersion are unsurable right now. Any attempts to move up or down either simply won't work or they cause the coordinate axis to freak out and make us crash into a rocky shoal, so we have to be cautious. The hallmark of submarine warfare is third dimension, but theirs is restricted to a two-dimensional plane akin to traditional maritime warfare. So when we encounter enemies we won't be able to dive down and seek underneath them or anything like that. Alright, now that you're caught up on that first piece of bad news, you're ready to hear the second. Remember those giant enemies Van Gogh mentioned? Well, Sonarime just picked up. Sonarime ist schön. Sonarime? Oh yes, she's fine. She used to being a living torpedo now, and she sounded more like a seasoned scout every time. You certainly know a lot of interesting people, don't you, Maxie? At any rate, in reality space measurements, the giant enemy she discovered looks to be over 80 meters long. That's even bigger than your average dragonkin. Yeah, in fact, it's vastly larger than the original Nautilus. Probably twice as big, if the amount of whatever is putting out is anything to go by. So yeah, it's huge, easily big enough to qualify as a bona fide enemy ship. Of course, you may have seen even larger enemies over the course of your travels. I guess the Tree of Emptiness are bigger than that. Well, that does tell me a lot about the trials you faced to come this far. At any rate, we should expect these giant enemies like this one to bombard us with noble fantasy level attacks like the kind we saw before. And given the routine we are taking, facing those things in close quarters combat is inevitable. Do you think you can handle them, Master? I'll do my best, but my priority will be keep everyone safe. I agree, which is why I think we should consider sending out an acting vice commander too. They want me to defend everyone in close combat team against the enemy like before? That's right. If you can hold your ground in close with the enemy, they should be able to target the ship either. That said, servant combat is Max's domain. So I leave the team formation and the timing for sending everyone out up to you. I make sure we all make it back safe and sound. Also, fighten. Ich hätte trotzdem, muss jetzt ausnahmsweise mal sagen, liebe Osaka Beamers, liebe Leute, denn das wird sonst einfach nichts, Mann. Die kann halt einfach nicht kämpfen, Mann. Ich weiß nicht, wie soll ich dem was for Support nehmen, was, Mann. Ich möchte nicht meine, okay, ich nehme gerne die liebe Leute. Ich nehme auch gerne Koch. Aber ich würde gerne auch meine Charaktere nehmen, wenn es erlaubt ist. Oh, süßer Fisch. Super. Das war übrigens schlecht, aber es ist eigentlich wurscht, weil wir es im PI nicht nutzen können. Das wird doch sicher so ein Fight sein, den wir eh nicht gewinnen können. Da wird es ja 100% so ein Fight sein, den wir eh nicht gewinnen können. Okay, ja gut. Also wir müssen einfach nur abwarten. Haha, der Burn Damage, liebe Leute. Kein Bock, Mann. Ach, Leute, Mann. Ihr wisst ja, ich finde das Event ja bis jetzt ganz interessant, aber Leute, ich hasse es so sehr, wenn ein Event aus nichts anderem besteht, als die ganze Zeit irgendwelche random Kämpfe zu machen, die halt irgendwie mehr oder weniger komplett unnütz sind, liebe Leute. Das ist jetzt einfach nur, warte, bis der Gegner besiegt ist. Nutze dafür den Force Support. Wisst ihr, ich möchte meine Servants benutzen, ich möchte extra haben, ich will doch gerne so ein Kämpfen mit 3 Breakbars gerne machen, Mann. Also Yang stimmt auf jeden Fall nett, für das kann ich leider nicht sprechen. Und wir setzen auch keine MPs ein, weil wie gesagt, das ist eine Zeitverzögerung, wir können den eh nicht besiegen. Und es ist übrigens kein Schiff, das ist ein Wal. Liebe Leute, der Angriff der Waves, liebe Leute. Es ist die Rache, die uns, die eigentlich klar war, dass sie irgendwann mal kommt. Die Whales rächen sich. Und das denke ich mal wird es gewesen sein, oder? I hope it at least. Unsere Kabine ist ready to shoot. Genau im besten Moment ist sie gekommen, da wo wir sie gebraucht haben. Nicht, liebe Leute. Einfach nicht. Okay. So, was machen wir jetzt mit dem Schiff? Auf bessere Zeit noch. We can't hold out any longer, Captain Nemo. Schwimmt! Alright, Maurice. Get them out of here. Reel their lifelines on the double. Wait. The reach jumped. What now? This is Yang. Sona Cafe. Süß. Calling in from the side. We are dangling like a fish hooks out here. I mean, a lot more creatures headed our way. Far from 275. Sounds like reinforcements. Get us out of here. Hang in just a little longer, Mesh. I tried, Master, but I'm afraid I really can't hold it much longer. There's one thing I can suggest, Master. If we cut the combat team loose and use my noble phantasm, those of us on the Nautilus may make it out here alive. We're not doing that. Du bist sehr schnell dabei, deine Verbündeten aufzugeben, Nemo. Das finde ich jetzt nicht so ganz geil. Alright, I can see how serious you are about bringing everyone back. The way things are going, we need to keep at that option as the last resort. We're approximately 70 seconds until the enemy reinforcement arrive. Come on, Master. All of you, think! I can't hold up much longer. Yeah, we are doomed! I knew I should have said we were like a good Hiko. So much for my new life. So I'm glad I got to meet all of you before I disappear. No! Don't give up yet! Just kidding. This isn't over just yet. Just a little fun gawk for you. Wow, you sound really confident. Are you stronger than you look? Do you have some kind of secret plan to save us? Got you all close, your eyes. Huh. I'm going to release my noble phantasm, and even I don't know what'll happen once I do. It's a picture I painted when I was going through a real hard time, and I am a foreigner after all. But I'm sure that if I release it, we'll make it out here alive. Go for it! By all means! Tut mein Gott! Now what? Computer room here. All of our instruments just went haywire. What is this? It shouldn't be possible. Even in void space, I can only theorize someone activated a noble phantasm on a pair with a rarity marble. Somebody on the combat team used a noble phantasm we've never seen before. Oh wait, hang on. What's that now? Yes. Our instruments are back online and, it looks like things are okay there now. I can confirm that the combat team is back in the safe zone. Master, Captain, if you're going to fire the noble phantasm, now's your chance. You heard the Professor. Let's do it. So you're choosing to take the fight to the enemy here, huh? Very brave acting, Commander. Attention all hands, prepare to deploy a noble phantasm attack. Of course, the ship won't be able to endure the recoil in the current state to divert all the energy we can spare to the anti-impact shell. Our target is the enemy ship at 065. The aftershock should also drive off the reinforcements. Give everything you've got. If we can't break through the enemy in one shot, we'll be all stuck here for sure. I always give it everything I've got. Hey, computer room. You sure you can keep engine intact, right? Nope, I can't. But I do my best to make sure at least doesn't come apart entirely. Will it and dents be enough, scary engine room lady? Hell no, it won't. You messed this up, and I'm making you dents on top of whatever left in the magical reactors. Oh no, this is terrible, Professor. Gonna end up a seafood barbecue. Just remember, these people are still you, right, Captain? I'm just a bit flustered, and I'm in the mood for a speech. Would you mind? Go for it. Alright, I'll run. Win or lose, it all comes down to this. Well said, Captain. That's what being a sailor's all about. Start up the Triton engine. All section final safety checks go. We've already got an enemy square on our sides, of course. Copy that, distance target and attack pods list completely. Unfolding magical re-energy barrier. Now what's I'm talking about engine 1 and 2. Keep them reversed right up to the red line. Would you mind if I made a custard pudding for today's snacks? Not at all! Alright, here goes. However, there's threatened peaceful seas. Going to answer to Captain Nemo. Great Ram Nautilus. Und das war's. Leben wir noch, liebe Leute? Hallo? Okay. Kapitel zu Ende, das kann nur heißen, liebe Leute, die Geschichte endete hier mit einem schwarzen Bildschirm. Das wäre echt mal ein gutes Ende für ein Kapitel. Einfach so Black Screen Death. First off, I'm just glad we are all back safe and sound. Oh gosh, I still can't believe we made it back alive. I don't think I really understood I got myself into before. I'm happy. I was useful. I wonder what happened back there. I think I saw something, but my brain, all I can remember seeing is something horrible. Me too. I'm not sure why, but when I try to recall what happened, my head just hurts. That's how you react after all. We managed to make it back alive from a fearsome battle. Yak's warfare has changed a lot since my time. Yankefe is right. This is the best possible result we could have hoped for, seeing as we didn't suffer a single casualty. That said, this victory didn't come at a cost. The ship frame is only just holding together, the pressure less in tatters, and it's almost cost our lives to stop the rainbow-colored leak. Luckily, we are able to hold it back thanks to the Nemo Series and Skark Skadi, but honestly, I'm not entirely sure how we're still alive. Let's just say I'm glad we've got a nurse here. We lost because we didn't plan well enough, also we underestimated our enemy, and we are way too careless about securing an escape. We might be succeeded at removing the giant enemy blocking our way, but only at the cost of the Nautilus being as stuck as a breached wall. To get moving again, we need to collect everything we can from the area and put it to forward fixing the ship. And since the next areas are only going to get bigger, we need to really focus on resource collection. First we use what part we have to get the Nautilus ready to say the Void Sea again. We need to focus on silent running and storage space for our extra resources. At the same time, we also need to expand our options for Void Sea warfare. Once we have more magic energy we should bring in more servants to help us. That said, it is now clear that attacking those giant enemies with servants in close combat is for fool's errand, and we shouldn't bother trying to do so any longer. So it's going to be absolutely essential that we find a new supply of torpedoes somewhere. I'm afraid we can no longer afford to accompany passengers. You are all now part of the ship's crew, and I'm going to work you accordingly. Be ready. But I don't want to work. There's no way to fret our goddess, but very well. I have plenty of skills to experience helping mortals, so I will just do what I must. In particular, I'm guessing the two foreigners will be key to making our way through the Void Sea, so I'll be counting on you more than ever. Of course, unskilled though I may be, I'm happy to help you any way I can. I'd like to help too, but I don't know if I can. You said you don't remember how you used your noble phantasm. I was so caught up in the moment that I never understood exactly how I was using my noble phantasm or what its effect were. I'm sorry, I really am useless. The only thing I'm good for is eating monsters and I'm expelling them into magic energy. Thanks, but no thanks. Oh, how about my blood instead? You can have as much as you like if I'll help you. Mein Gott, for the time being, your job will be to help the resources acquisition team and to cooperate with Professor and Nurse Test. We should have enough blood from you for now, but if we do need more, we'll be sure to ask. We're counting on you, Van Gogh. I got a job and praise. This is amazing. I promise I'll do my best. Okay, team, you're dismissed for now. We need to talk a surgery. I got a job, steady work, income. This is so cool. I'm going to do my very best. Gochi? Ah, Lady Gefay, are you hugging me from behind? It's so great. How well you're fitting in here. It really gets me. You're motivated, doesn't it? I know it is for me. I look forward to working together. Yes, I do too, Lady Langefay. Good luck remembering how to use your noble phantasm properly. I'm rooting for you. Why did that pain thing make that happen? What is a foreigner anyway? What am I? Eine gute Frage, auf die wir leider auch keine Antwort haben. Okay, liebe Leute, dann kurz einsacken. Und? Ah, okay, gut. Das heißt, wir müssen noch mehr Karte aufdecken. Super. Super, super, super. Kann ich? Ich glaube, ich müsste nochmal. So. So, wartet mal. Wo schießen wir es am besten hin? Ah, schießen wir es da hin. So. Bam. Auf ins Ungewisse! Okay, mir ist lang leider nicht, liebe Leute. Ich hatte gehofft. Okay, Leute, ein kleiner Cut. Bis gleich. Okay, wir sind wieder back in business, liebe Leute. Wir haben Osaka Behime wieder genug gequält und hier dagegen drum geschossen und unsere 1300 unsere Route. Keine Ahnung. Ich überlege gerade 80.000 unter dem Meilen unter dem Meer, aber das ist es nicht. Denn es ist Akt 2 der Thunder Shooter Fishing Ground, mit dem wir jetzt hier noch anfangen. Und nun, wie gesagt, Osaka Behime erstmal genug gequält. Schauen wir mal, was ihr sich noch befindet. 3, 2, 1, all stop! Perfect, we're right on the edge of the second area. Looks like we're in the clear. Well, we did cut the engines and coast all along silently for a good while. There's no room for complacency now. I'll show you the skill of Graces for Submariner. Alright, we made it to a new area, and we have a few resources we can spare. Can you summon us more fighters like we discussed? It's a summon you need. I'm your guy. Okay, Leute. Oh, Leute, ich habe leider keinen Summoning-Chant dabei. Ich habe hier mein Streamer-Salz habe ich dabei, liebe Leute, aber ansonsten geht das schon. Das hat man schon hinbekommen, liebe Leute. Great. Like I said before, it is essential that we have a way to use torpedoes again. I worked out all the errors and bugs, so we shouldn't have a problem summoning a Chaldean servant this time. That's great, but I can't think of any servants who can fire torpedoes. Maybe one of the inventors? That's okay, we don't need extra torpedoes. Whoever we summon has to meet the several conditions. Er muss ein Summer Servant sein. First, they need to possess a large projectile noble phantasm. Something along the lines of an anti-ship cannon. Drake. Sie hat ja keine Summerform. Second, the noble phantasm needs to use a physical matter for its ammo, as opposed to something like a laser beams. It would take a long time to explain why, but basically any beam fight in void space would lose a lot of its power. What about the enemy? They use beams just fine. True, but only because they are cheaters. Use some kind of mysterious void-derived beams, and we currently have no idea how they work. It seems like it'd be really hard to both analyze and apply it. Take a noble phantasm. We are thinking of going back to the basics on it with some good old-fashioned projectile armor. Projectiles are great. They are a shining example of what oil and metal can accomplish together. Mass-wise, they are simply powerful and reliable. Best of all, we can heavily customize. For example, we can add self-propulsion and homing capabilities to them with just a few runes. There you go. Third is noble phantasm projectiles can't use anything like gunpowder to fire or propel them. While we are of course to do our best to suppress any sound produced as a side effect using Noble Phantasm, it'd be pretty much impossible to fire a cannon silently. Also keine Summer Nobu. Obwohl, die macht ja Gitarre. Na, das ist ja nicht laut. Ali, it'd be great if this Noble Phantasm were really powerful, but we can compensate for that with some extent. But we connect this theoretical servant directly to the Nautilus magical reactors. We can power it through enough that even a D-rank Noble Phantasm would work as long as it's anti-AMI. So, taking all that into consideration, I think we can actually have better luck with a Lancer or an Assassin than an Archer or a Rider. What about our resident goddess then? True, that would work fine if we had the re-Skark here. But we now know that when Skark's Skadi forces herself changed into a Skark assassin version, she ranks down so much she's no stronger than an average human. It makes sense, really. She isn't actually a Skark anyway. Suffice to say, she definitely shouldn't be taking part in combat this time. Not to mention that she is now an essential member of the engineering team. Frankly, it would be a waste to send her out in the front line. And it'll be up to the personal selection route to find the best servant for the job. That's right. Okay, Maxi, do it. Gotcha, 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 gotcha. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Okay. Berserker. Okay, dann ihre Lancer-Form. Pass. Liebe Leute, es ist ja fast wie Jesus. Da kam sie auch, die kleine, süße Dame. Oh my, oh my. Wir haben schon mal gesprochen. Wir haben echt schon mal gesprochen über sie in dem Kapitel hier, wo es darum geht, dass männliche Servants weiblich werden. I know I had a lot on my mind, but I could have sworn I was still training in the simulator. It's Raikou! Oh, you're really so happy to see me. Wonderful. Mother's always delighted to see you too. I do remember hearing you were conducting a training exercise at sea somewhere, but I'm quite certain I wasn't one to call summoned. I see. Something unexpected happened, didn't it? Well, that's quite alright. No matter what the problem may be, I'll resolve it as quick as I can. By the way, there's certainly a lot young women aboard the ship. Yes, it's a very good thing I came here. A very good thing indeed. Oh, jetzt sorgt sie wieder, jetzt sorgt sie wieder dafür, dass die Prüdigkeit bewahrt wird. Crap, Berserker, that's the last thing we need. I'd better keep that to myself if I want to make it back alive though. Senpai, I think this might be definitely the best person for the job. Is something wrong? I'm sensing some decidedly mixed reactions. Not at all. Knight of a foreign land. You have come to a perfect time. Help maintaining orders, just what a ship needs. I'm told you once spent a summer as a veritable demon of discipline. Unfortunately, I have the outfit that were this time already and waiting. In the decent outfit I wear to combat intensity. So you did know it was indecent. Well, if the situation calls for it, no, I mustn't. I can only serve as the shadow perfect during summer, then the sun's rays disrupt public decency. Otherwise it will lead to all sorts of problems such as, how should I put this? If I were to become the shadow perfect now, I'm concerned I may not be able to pull on my punches. That public decency might soon become the last thing on our minds. It's too hot in here. I know. We've got to conserve energy right now, but the days need to go too. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and pray. Mami mag nicht, dass wir mit ihr spielen. Unacceptable! sie fasst gut, sie fasst sehr gut meine Gedanken zu unserer Kabehime zusammen. Now, Maxi. By my command spell. Etc. etc. Das ist unser letzter Befehlshaber eigentlich, oder? Ne, die gehen wieder nach. My eyes have been opened. Now I see exactly what is going on here. It seems the ship is indeed a hotbed of summer wicked temptations. But worry not, dear master. If I must abandon my motherly duties and don this forbidden outfit to perfect you, then that is what I shall do. Unacceptable! Unacceptable! Absolutely unacceptable! It's Lancer Raikou! Wonderful, wonderful. Now come with me. We must formulate our plan to combat intensity aboard the ship. Huh? Huh? When I was going to start by confiscating all of Lady Osakabe's abundant intensity attributes. Martin, please tell me you're going to console me since you tried to cross-acquire me the second she showed up. Hey Leute, das ist jetzt die Idee. Sie hat sich, das ist ihr Wunsch, Leute, dafür, dass wir ihr Befehlszauber gegeben haben. I'll have a word with Riker later. Okay, das ist dein Wunsch, Mann. Mehr kriegst du nicht mehr von mir. Okay, liebe Leute. Dann würde ich sagen, an dieser Stelle machen wir jetzt erstmal einen kleinen Cut. Beim nächsten Mal geht es dann weiter hier mit FTO. Und dann werden wir schauen, was uns für Sachen hier noch Schönes erwarten. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen.